greetings to all of you, both new to the program and experienced, who have volunteered to teach this year for Teach Children to Save Day. I'm Judy Austin with the Center for Economic Education and Entrepreneurship. And as with the past few years, this year we'll have a different format. Bankers and classroom teachers have had the option of either in-person or virtual lessons. Before I begin the lesson, I'd like to share a few tips with you. First of all, practice reading the book aloud and review the lesson ahead of time. As you prepare the lesson, you might want to use highlighters or make notes on the lesson plan. Write the questions on Post-it notes so that as you get to those pages where the questions are, there we go. You'll have the question right there and you won't have to be going back and forth to your lesson plan. Visit the classroom expecting to have a good time. Both you and the students enjoy this lesson. Your classroom teacher will help you with management and any tech support you might need. For those of you who are teaching virtually, the first page of your lesson gives you specific instructions and a training video link to show you how to progress through your lesson. Again, this year, Greg Kozluk from Delaware Bankers Association has written and illustrated a brand new book called The Lonely Bill. And now to the lesson. Just a reminder, you might want to highlight. I'm big on using highlighters. The Lonely Bill. And so you're going to start by introducing yourself and your bank, and ask students to have pencils on their desks before you get started. Begin the lesson by asking a few questions. What does it mean to save money? Why is saving money important? How many of you save your money? And what are some things you're saving for? You'll get all different kinds of answers for these questions, and just accept whatever the students are offering as their answers. Then show the book and read the title, The Lonely Bill, and the author, Greg Kozluk. And by looking at the front page, at the cover, what do you think this story might be about? We're going to find out. Once upon a time, or perhaps it was twice, there was a $10 bill, all shiny and nice. As a birthday gift, the bill was placed in a card that his grandma gave to young Mickey Gerard. There were so many things that Mickey could do with a $10 bill, so crisp and so new. He could buy a game, or a book, or a fish for his tank. But for now, he just put it in his piggy bank. How would you choose to spend your money? And you'll get various answers from the students. I know we all like to spend, but what are some other things we can choose to do with our money? And as the students give answers, you can then share this with them. The great big S, you can spend, you can save, and you can share. Mickey folded the bill and shoved it into the slot. Then he went off to see what other gifts he got. Things had changed quickly for the $10 bill. He was feeling so sad and a little bit ill. Instead of a party, he was now on his own, a lonely $10 bill, by himself, all alone. A sliver of light shone down from the slot, and the bill saw he wasn't as alone as he thought. He saw lots of money piled in a small hill. There were plenty of coins, but no other bills. A battered old quarter rolled into view. He said, "We're money too, but we're not quite like you. To a big bill like you, coins may look very strange. Since you're folding money and we're just small change." It's hard to believe, but I swear that it's true. Long ago, we were all folding money like you. I once was a bill worth $50 in cash, but a trip to the mall saw that gone in a flash. That dime was a 20, but his value slipped when Mickey bought a shirt that's now ripped. These pennies were small, but they once were $5, till he spent most of it down at the ice cream truck. So you have, for visual 2, pictures of the various bills. And we're going to talk a little bit about, here is the $50. And the man on this bill is Ulysses S. Grant. And then we have the $20 bill down here. And on the 20, it's Andrew Jackson. The $10 bill is Alexander Hamilton. The $5 bill is Abraham Lincoln. And the $1 bill, the kids can guess at that one. Who's on the $1 bill? George Washington. Ulysses S. Grant and Andrew Jackson, Alexander Hamilton, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. Can anybody tell me, what do all of these men have in common? Well, they were all involved in politics through the years. So you can see how pictures are selected to be put on bills, important people in politics. So back to the book. And if you are marking on your lesson plan, we're now going on to number 8 on your lesson plan. We've all dwindled away to our very last cent. Small change is what's left after big bills are spent. The lonely Bill started to cry as he sat there and pondered what happens to money whenever it's squandered. You know what squandered means? Wasted. Just some of the things we choose to spend it on might not be the best choices, right? Then from out of the corner rolled a silver $50. She said, "Money can grow. It doesn't have to get smaller. When kids spend their money, it doesn't last long, but I know a good place we can go to grow strong." Where do you think money can go to grow strong? And of course, they might say a bank. And there's a saying that money doesn't grow on trees. If that's true, how can money grow? And you'll get various answers. So let's read further and see, how do we make money grow? The local bank is the best place for money to go. It's the spot where all kinds of money can grow. When money is placed in a savings account, in time, it can grow to a smaller amount. Oh, sorry. When money is placed in a savings account, in time, it can grow to a greater amount. Banks take that money, but they don't let it rest. They loan out to the town. That's where they invest. So there are a couple of ideas in this paragraph. What is a loan? Well, students might know that it's when you borrow money. And in this case, the bank is loaning the money to the borrower. And what does the word invest mean? That might be a new word for you. Invest means that you're willing to give money to a person or a business that you think will be a success. And so the bank will invest some of its money in community members, and they hope to earn that money back, and the borrower will pay back with extra interest. So banks exercise money to help folks all over town. They also pay interest, and that interest compounds. So what is interest? Well, interest is extra money in two different ways. First of all, if you save your money in a bank, the bank pays you interest. They are giving you a little bit of extra money as a thank you for keeping your money in the bank. And if people borrow money from the bank, then the borrower pays interest back to the bank. So the bank gets the money back that it loaned, but it also gets some extra money back from the borrower. The bill smiled and said, "That sounds good to me. The local bank is the best place for money to be. I want to be in a bank and not here in this pig. I don't want to be spent. I want to get big." The lonely Bill would be happy if only he heard Grandma telling Mickey those very same words. The next day, before the Bill was awake, the whole piggy bank started to shake. The Bill tumbled out. Onto the table he went, and all the coins too. Every single last cent. Mickey started counting, and when he was through, there were $32. Give a nickel or two. Then into a sack, he put every last cent. And off to the bank with his grandma he went. A nice banker helped him, so it wasn't too hard to open an account for young Mickey Gerard. Then the banker went to the vault and opened it wide. He took Mickey's money and locked it inside. Inside was more money, just like themselves. Rolls of coins and stacks of bills filled all the shelves. The Bill was so happy with his new money friends. They had a great party. But that's not where it ends. In days, they were loaned out to folks all over town. And money grows faster when it's spread all around. Mickey Gerard kept saving in his savings account. And with the compounded interest, it increased in amount. Mickey saved for college, a car, and a home, and other things that he would need by the time he was grown. What things would you save for? And what happened to that lonely $10 bill? He worked and he grew with his money friends, And the lonely Bill wasn't lonely ever again. And then we have another visual. This is visual 4 for compound interest. It mentioned in the book that interest gets compounded. It says, and with compounded interest, it increased in amount. So compounded interest, and I'm on number 13 on your lesson plan. You're going to explain to the students that when the bank pays interest to you, the amount changes based on how much money you have in your savings account. So they will add interest to your account, and then that interest will also earn interest. And so that's what compound interest is. So we're going to figure out that if Mickey puts $5 into a savings account, how much interest is that going to earn in a year? So have them read the explanation with you at the top of handout 1. Everyone must make choices about what to do with money. Mickey Gerard received a gift of $20 from his grandma. In the book, he really received 10, but we're going to pretend it's 20. He's going to make a choice of keeping $15 in his piggy bank so he can spend it if he would choose to, and deposit the other $5 in a savings account where it will earn interest of 10% each month. Now, you'll want to explain that most banks don't pay as much as 10%, but it's an easy number for us to work with, and so that's why we're choosing to do that amount. So when you multiply by 10, it's easy multiplication because all you have to do is move the decimal point. So you're going to demonstrate by using visuals 5 and 6, and 10% of $5, and you're going to move the decimal point to the left by 1 numeral. So 10% is 50 cents. And what you do is you take off the last digit. So you move the decimal point 1 place to the left, and you remove the last digit, and you end up with 50 cents. So on your paper, you're going to have them do this for every column. And it says, we're going to do it for every column for a whole year, okay? And so in the piggy bank, the $15 is going to be the same for every month. You might choose to spend some of that, but for right now, it's going to remain $15. The bank deposit was $5. And so in column 3, the interest at 10% on $5 would be 50 cents. So you write 50 cents in column 3. And then you add $5 plus 50 cents, and that's $5.50 that goes in column 4. So for February, the $5.50 is what we start the month with. And then again, you're going to move the decimal 1 place to the left, take off the last digit, and it makes it 55 cents in interest. So $5.50 plus 55 cents of interest equals $6.05 that goes in column 4. So that $6.05 is what you start with in March. Again, move the digit one place to the left. Only in this case, you're not going to just remove the last digit. Your students will know what it means to round up a number. And if a number is 5 or higher, you round it up to the next amount. So it's $6.05. Take off the 5, and you're going to round that up to 61 cents. So $6.05 plus 61 cents is $6.66. That's what you have to start with April. Again, move the decimal to the left. But the last digit is 6. What are you going to do with that? You're going to round it up so that the interest becomes 67 cents instead of 66 cents. $6.66 plus 67 cents is $7.33. That's what you have to begin May. And you do this for each month until you get down to December. You're starting the month with $14.29. You're adding $1.41 in interest, giving you $15.72. How much do you have in your piggy bank in December? $15. Now look at what you've saved in your savings account. You started with $5, and now you have $15.72. You have more for depositing $5 in the bank than you have for keeping your $15 in your piggy bank. So how much interest did the $15 earn in the piggy bank? Didn't earn anything, did it? Now, how much interest did the $5 savings account deposit earn in a year? Well, you have to look because you ended up with $15.72, but 5 of that was what you put into the account initially. So the interest that you earned was $10.72 in interest. And that's how money grows. The longer you leave it in there, and the more interest it earns, and interest compounds, because it's the interest that also earns interest. And so your money grows and grows. If you leave it in there a very long time, you'll have a very large amount of money. So for Wrapup, you're going to ask the following questions. What is interest? And again, they're going to explain that it's money that the bank pays to you for keeping your money in their bank. Or it might be money that a borrower pays back to the bank. What is compound interest? It's when the interest that you've earned actually earns more interest. And who benefits from money saved in a bank? Everyone does. You benefit because your money is growing. The community benefits because your money gets loaned out to them so that they can grow their own businesses. So I hope you've had a good time doing your lesson with the students, and good luck. I hope it goes well.